would like to give a special nautic shout out to Exotica Empire, Queen Miss Chris, Kathy Wellman, and April Shorty for being the first four to comment on my last video. Thank you, ladies. Hey y'all, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button. And let's go ahead and get into today's set. So I'm using Princess Pink again and Stellar Red from my cart. And for the polishes, I'm using Love's Veil on this particular set. So to start the set, I am going in and doing my 2-beat method on my index with Princess Pink. So I typically just squeeze the polygel from where the nail tip and the natural nail meet to the free edge. And then I use my polygel brush with some slip solution, which is 91% alcohol, and I just pat it all over the nail. So typically when I'm using Nail Couture's polygel, I always squeeze out way too much. So this ended up actually just being 1 bead instead of 2, which is again very nice with polygel because you have time to work with it and kind of just mold it on the nail how you want. But as I was starting to like smooth everything out is where I noticed that it was just way too bulky for my liking. So again, I just ended up creating 1 bead and using it on the whole nail, and it actually created a very nice nail. So as you can see with the 1 bead, it did create a pretty nice nail. And once I got it set, I did cure that for 30 seconds in my lamp. So for my middle finger, I'm using Stellar Red, which is a red glitter polygel from my cart. And this one I will be doing the 2-beat method. So the same technique, I just start where the tip and the natural nail meet to the free edge, pat everything all over the nail, and then I go in and just smooth everything and blend it back. And then I'll go ahead and give this first bead a full 60-second cure in my lamp. So for the second bead, I take it up by the cuticle like you see, and I just pat around it. So I'm starting with the cuticle area to make it nice and flush there. And I like to keep the second bead like pretty high in the center. And then I just kind of pull around it and fill everything in and blend it into the first already cured bead, and then give that a 60-second cure. So for my ring finger, I decided to just do 1 bead of polygel because, again, for some reason when I'm using the Happy Gel from Nail Couture, I always squeeze out way too much. And this time I didn't squeeze enough, so I had to go back in and add just a little bit so that I was able to complete the nail. But basically the same technique. You want to take your time and pat it all over the nail. And then once everything is fully covering the nail, you want to go in and just smooth everything out. Taking your time and smoothing your polygel definitely will help you in the long run when it comes to filing, shaping, and buffing, because you won't have much to do if everything is nice and smooth. But once I get this bead set, I do go ahead and give it a 30-second cure in my lamp. So I'm on day 3 of my 14 days of Valentine nail sets, and this one is a recreation. So I'm gonna pop the picture up of what I saw and what I wanted to recreate. And I really liked this design a lot. It was very simple. Like, it didn't look like it, but doing the nail set, it was pretty simple and it was really quick. Like, this was a night where I felt like I wanted to get in a few sets for the series that I have going on now, and I successfully got it done. And of course, y'all already know I did not want to take this nail set off, but I have more content to create, so I had to take it off. But I hope you guys like it. And for the pinky, I'm also doing a full nail of the Princess Peak, but I am doing a 2-bead method with this one here. I hope that everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. And as always, thank you so much to anyone that does take their time to watch my videos. It's greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family, and I do thank you so much for joining me on my nail journey. It means the absolute world to me. And if you've been subscribed to the channel, I love you so much, and I'm really thankful and grateful for all of your love and support. And then for my thumb, I was able to successfully do 1 bead with creating this nail set. So I'm taking it and just starting by the cuticle as always, and then just patting everything all over the nail, and then I take and smooth everything out very nicely. So does anyone have any specific plans for Valentine's Day that you know of, or anything you want to do? Go to a party, go out to eat? Me right now, I don't have definite plans for Valentine's Day. There is someone that wants to do something for Valentine's, but we shall see how that turns out. But comment down below and let me know what your plans are for V-Day this year. So once all of the nails are set, I'm now taking a lint-free wipe and some alcohol and just rubbing off the tacky layer before I go in with my filing, shaping, and buffing. So then I'm taking a mandrel and a sanding band, normally a 180 grit, and I am just filing the nails. So typically when I file, I don't use an e-file, I just use my hand file, but it worked out really, really nice. So I normally go around the cuticle first, make that nice and flushed, and then I go up and down the nail and side to side, up and down that nail as well, just to take everything out that might be like a scratch or a lump or a bump. I do turn it on the sides to check and see when I'm doing my filing as well, but this was real nice using the e-file on this particular nail set. So I need to find me some good sanding bands because the ones I have, I can't recall where they came, but they came with something that I purchased or received as PR, and they're not as good. Like typically I was using my cart sanding bands for the longest, and then I ran out and I had so many extras from other things that I decided to make use of them. But for this particular nail set with the sanding band, I had to change it like 3 times. And again, typically when I use McCart's sanding bands, I can use one sanding band for a whole set and be good to go. And maybe it's just that's what I thought. I don't know because it's been a while since I've used them. So I think I'm going to look into getting some more McCart sanding bands and just kind of test the difference out, because for this one I was like really disappointed to have to change it out 3 different times. I mean, it takes nothing, it's a simple step, but I just don't feel like you should have to change it out as often, especially with a product like Polygel, because it's just very, very soft and easy to work with. But I just felt like the grit was going out really quick as I was doing the nail set, so I had to keep changing the actual sanding band. So once I get the nails filed to my liking, I'm now taking one of my orange mini buffers that I love to use, and I'm just buffing over the nails to take out any further scratches that may be in the nails. And then I'm taking one of my MelodySusie nail files and just like going in on the sidewalls and the free edge to straighten everything up a bit more. So I'm taking now, starting in with the design, I'm taking Love's Veil and I'm making a French tip on my index. And so typically I do the little T method that you see there, create my smile line to my liking. Then I'm going to use the same nail art brush, which is my McCart nail art brush number 3. And I am going to fill in the sides and like right above the smile line. And then I'll take the actual brush from the gel polish bottle and finish out the free edge area of the nail and then give this a 60-second cure. So I like creating French tips so much so that I just went in and just did a French tip on all of my nails. So the index, the ring, the pinky, and then the thumb. But for the ring finger, I was not supposed to do a French tip. I already had it cured and everything, but I had to end up going in with my e-file and just filing all of this French tip off because this is not the design that was supposed to be on the ring finger. But I'll let you watch me create my French tips. So as I stated, I did have to go in and file the ring finger back off, and now I'm just doing this crisscross design. I don't know the formal name for this design, but I've done it before in past sets, and I really, really like it. But I'm just taking Love's Bill and going diagonally 3 times down this nail in one direction, and then 3 times the opposite direction on this nail. Once I do these first 3 lines, I do go ahead and give that a 60-second cure in my lamp, and then come back in with the lines on the other side of the nail as well, and I'll be giving that a 30-second cure as well. So now I'm going in and I'm top coating over my index, and because it's a peel off, I'm not going to use rhinestone glue, so I'm using the top coat and I'm going to leave that wet, and I'm going to place 2 red rhinestones at the cuticle and give this a 60-second cure. I also did the same thing for my thumb and my pinky, applying the top coat and then placing 2 of those red rhinestones by the cuticle and giving that a 60-second cure. So for my ring finger, I'm going in with top coat and I'm top coating over this nail, and I'm going to leave it wet, and I'm going to apply some red glitter hearts in between, like where the crosses meet. So you'll see in just a second what I mean, but I just place 1 heart in each of the areas, and once I get all of the hearts set onto the nail, I'm going to give this a 60-second cure in my lamp. And then I'm going to go in and top coat the middle finger just to give it that bit of shine so we're able to see those beautiful glitters. And then I'm going in as well on my ring finger and top coating over all of those glitters to pretty much secure them into place. Off camera, I do apply some cuticle oil, and I'll be back in just a moment with the final look. And here is the finished set. super cute, very different. I love the pink background with the pink French. The ring finger would have to be my favorite. The red glitter nail was okay, but I wish it had a bit more glitter. But comment down below and let me know what you think of this set. And if you've made it this far into the video, I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. And hit your post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I thank you all for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Remember to be the very best you that you can be, and much love to you all.